You're listening to 101 with Tommie Zam. On the 78th episode, we sit down with Dan Pheo talking about skateboarding and life. Let's do this.
Brothers and sisters, they play the music. It's time to play the lyrics.
Hey, Dan, what's up, bud? How you doing?
What's up, Tom? No, I'm all right.
Yeah. I know we're like 3 hour difference, and both of us were waiting at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I know. What are you gonna do? I didn't realize it until you texted me like 3 hours later. All right. Let's do this now. I'm going to sleep. Let's turn the cameras off. I'll talk to you when I'm in my covers. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, there you go. Before people knew you as Coffee Guy or through Hazel Skateboards, who was Dan growing up? What kind of environment shaped you early on?
Like, what do you mean?
Like who were you when you were growing up? Like, what were you like when you were growing up?
I'm exactly the same person. I'm just like kind of a wise ass and loner. Kind of keep to myself. I just did my day. I moved around a lot. So I moved out to Long Island I was in Queens and moved out to Long Island, and I went to first grade and got to second grade. Then they put me in a Catholic school, put me in first grade. And then I got, every time I went somewhere else, I stayed in Hicksville for a long time where I moved to, but they kept moving me different places. So I was always the new kid. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I was older than everybody because they put me back a grade or two. And so it was just weird, So it's basically how I ended up skateboarding because it was kind of a loner thing, Yeah,
that sounds like my life. Same thing with me. Went to different schools I think I went to a Christian school, then to a Catholic school, and then convinced my mom to pull me back in second grade, and then took me out there. Then I went to public school, and then all hell broke loose after that.
It sounds exactly the same. It's not because we were stupid; it's because the curriculum was different. These guys were advanced, but we're learning in this school, and then they put you in public school, and you get pushed back. It was just kind of crazy.
Yeah, I know when I was in public school, they put me in I think it was middle school. They told my mom's he's going to drop out of school by the time he's in high school and da-da-da. So we're going to put him in dropout prevention programs. And I just stayed in always up until I graduated and flicked them off. So see, fuck you guys. I graduated. And do you remember the moment skateboarding really grabbed you?
First time skateboard grabbed. You know what? I was very young. We lived in Queens, and I had a green machine. And I was 7 years old. Mm-hmm. And my brother had a bike and my sister had a bike, and there's really no room. We were in a 2-bedroom apartment. There's 3 kids and my parents. So there really wasn't room for us all to have bikes. And I had a green machine, and I think they bought a skateboard for Christmas. And we lived right on the side of I know you're not from New York, but when you live in Queens, we lived in Douglaston, right by the 495, a pretty busy parkway. But there was a hill that went right down into there. Right down. So people would go around, and skateboarding was big. It was late 70s, 77, 78. So people were skating, and then people were riding their bikes. The 70s was a whole different time. I don't know how old you are.
Oh, I'm 50.
Oh, you're 50? All right. So you're a couple years younger than me. Yeah, but 70s was the booming time for skateboarding. People were just doing it. So yeah, I picked up the skateboard and I just started cruising around. So I never really learned to ride the bike. And then when I moved out to Nassau, which is only about a half an hour from Queens, but we had a bigger apartment, but I didn't know how to ride a bike, so I just rode the skateboard. I didn't learn to ride a bike until I was maybe 10 or 11.
Do you think that skateboarding helped you out, building up the momentum to start riding a bike?
I don't know. I didn't even know there was tricks. Tell you the truth. I was just cruising around. I had no clue what skateboarding was until I met other kids that skateboarded. I was "Oh, you guys can do tricks? What's this?" So it's I was just using it as transportation. I was a little kid cruising around. And did it help me learn to ride a bike? No, I think my uncle helped me ride a bike.
Oh, really?
My sister, one or the other. I remember a dog chasing me when I was learning to ride a bike, and I said, "Fuck this! I had to go." I was taking off. The dog was chasing me. I remember something stupid like that. I don't know. My uncle was laughing at me. I don't know.
Well, the reason I asked that because I was I was similar as you. Like I couldn't roller skate. You know, I used to go to roller rinks, and I would just sit there because I couldn't roller skate.
Yeah.
And then once I started skateboarding, I learned it helped my balance out. You know what I mean? I start roller skate. I could start, walking the fence, and stuff, do stuff that I couldn't do with my balance. That's why I was asking about that.
Yeah, I never even thought of it that way. What I always sucked at ice skating. I never got that. I was able to roller skate. Right, ice skating was just fucking a whole nother situation. I don't know. But
yeah, I wish I had ice skating. I mean, I grew up in Florida, so we didn't have snow out there.
What you think we have a lake in my block? No, we went to the ice skating rink. We have a whole rink dedicated to that shit. The Islanders are from here, man. Come on. We went down the block with the Islanders train. I mean, it's ice skating rink. You're like, well, what do you think I live in? Like a farmland, like a fucking pond and an old dog? Hey, puppy, the pond's frozen over. Let's go ice fishing and skating. Fucking
shit, we didn't have any snow, so all we had was swampland, and that's it.
I love that swampland. I don't know, probably not the bugs, but yeah, I hate the snow, man. I'm so over it. This last snowstorm was like a week ago. I'm just so over it.
How deep was it? How much snow did you guys get?
We did about 35 inches.
Damn.
It's pretty deep. And I'm getting old. I can't do what I do at I'm almost 55. I can't shovel no more. It's like my back's so fucking overweight, fucking beat up from skateboarding, and just like I'm lazy now, and just it's just like you can't do things like you used to, man. It goes away. It goes away. Especially sitting around all winter, and then you have to go out and shovel snow. You're like, oh my god, I ain't do anything in the last 6 weeks. I gotta go snowstorm.
That's what neighborhood kids. But hey, I'll give you $1. No one thing.
I wish it was. Dude, they want like $100 now. $150.
Oh really?
Dude, my nephew went out this last storm. He made over $2,000.
What?
No, yeah. He put a little plow on his quad and shoveled everyone's walkway. Made $2,000. He called me up like making fun of me because I didn't do anything. Like I did go out and try to help shovel, but whatever. I got roommates and stuff. Everyone did it. We all pitched in. But yeah, he made like $2,000 shoveling snow for one day.
Damn.
You make some money, man. You hustle, but he's also 30. So yeah, I wish I was great.
I mean, I was cutting grass when I was young, and I only made like $50 cutting like 5 yards.
Oh, really? I landscape, so I don't know about that. You know what? I got a $50 story. My uncle screwed me over one day. Right? He moved out here from Queens also, and he moves into this house and has these 2 giant freaking oak trees. And I'm young. I'm like 12, 13. So okay, I'll give you $50 to rake my lawn. I'm like, okay. Took me 5 days to rake his lawn, over 150 bags of leaves. He didn't even tip me. He gave me $50. This fucking guy.
Hey, those are the days, weren't they?
No, they weren't. I hated them. So you come out of the house, like, motherfucker. I do curse a lot. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, dude. You're good. I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
There's some that don't cuss, and I know they want to cuss. And like, dude, you can let it out. You know what I mean? You can be a sailor on my show, man. I don't give a fuck. And
yeah, 8 years of Catholic school, I'm letting loose these days.
Oh man, we don't want to talk about Catholic schools. That's a whole different story on that. You and me probably got a whole story of Catholic school.
Oh, I'm sure of it. I got my stories.
Shit, the nuns. I mean, the nuns used to give me the ruler all the time, man.
Do you have to wear a tie?
No, we had like white t-shirt, button-up t-shirt, and blue socks we got to wear.
Oh, dude, we had a uniform. Every year we had to get new uniforms. We had button-up blue shirts and like some khaki type fucking jeans and shoes. And had to wear a tie. If you didn't wear a tie, you came into school without the tie, you had to go down to like the supply room where the fucking lady was, the crazy lady. Uh-huh. She gave you like this big bozo tie. You have to wear the bozo tie all day long. Break the shit out of you. Imagine doing that thing in this days and age, they get like sued.
That's true, man. That's true.
I used to get smacked with the ruler a lot too, man. I wasn't a good kid. I was a good kid, but I was just misunderstood.
You know what it is? Is that we're just different. You know, our minds are different than the normal Catholic kids. You know what I mean?
I guess.
I mean,
we'll say that. That sounds good. We'll go with that.
Yeah, I mean, when I was I forgot what they call them. You know, when the kid that stand next to the priest and give him the bread and the wine.
Yeah,
I was one of the kids that were like, the priest be like out and about, and I'll be in back there like, oh, I'm gonna sip some of that wine real quick and have some of that bread. That was me,
See, I was a good kid. I wouldn't do shit like that. There was like kids in like second grade smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm dead serious. But I was like, I didn't do any like mischief like you just did. Also I didn't want to be an altar boy. I was afraid of that whole molestation thing over there. I don't like the church there. It kind of skews me out a little bit. You won't get into that.
No, the church does. It does. Church does, definitely does. But yeah, I was an altar boy for a minute, and but yeah, I used to. Me and one of the kids used to drink the wine and eat the bread right after mass.
When did you start drinking? What year did you start drinking?
Shit, I was like we started drinking the wine. I said altar boy when I was in fourth grade, I think it was.
How old are you then? What are you, 13, 14 then?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I was 13. Yeah, I guess I was 13 when I started drinking. We drank beer, we drink no wine. We're fancy like you.
That was shitty. I'll tell you what, that was shitty wine, dude. That was like
you know shitty wine. You were 13. You got it like you're over the vineyards? What are you doing?
Hey, when I was 13, I was like, this is wine. And then now looking back, I was like, dude, that was actually shitty wine, dude.
Come on, go grab back there with a bottle of box wine.
I don't know what that was, man. That was, I remember that. And the bread was stale, I'll tell you that for sure.
Well, that was those wafers, right?
Yeah, the little like body of Christ things or whatever they call them.
Ritz crackers.
Exactly.
Wafer.
So when you come up around, you came up around skateboarding, graffiti culture, what did that scene feel like when you first stepped into it?
When I grew up around graffiti culture? Oh, it was weird. Like, we had one of the top like graffiti writers in our neighborhood. Like that, he would bomb Queens and everything. His name was Mirage or Mac, and DC5, KDM. He was like, I think he was on all these crews that were like just massive crews for back then in the 80s, so I'd go to school, and there'd be I'm in the suburbs, man. You don't really see it out there, and you're out here, and I'd go to school, and there'd be a full piece like on the wall, like a full burner, and he'd do them like every other night or whatever, and it was really cool. I was like, this is sick, But I really caught on the graffiti when I lived in Queens, because I lived right on the 495, which is the main parkway there, and it was always bombed there in the early 70s and mid 80s, So that's where I really picked up graffiti.
And who's your favorite? What graffiti artist did you look up to?
I looked up to Mirage because he was a hometown hero, but he was also he was really ahead of his time. He got killed. He got a job for a Quicksilver, I think it was, right out of high school because he was that good, and got hit by a car. And just got hit by a car. He got into a car accident. He got hit by a car, and the paramedics told him not to sit up. It was right by the high school, And he goes, don't get up. And tough guy stood up and rib punctured his lung or his heart or something like that, and he died. So they tell you don't get up, don't be a hero, So, yeah, but the kid was really just ridiculously like a good graffiti, right? He was like the first person I ever seen do like an icon. These people go right now that they like maybe like a head, or they do like a character, twist does the screws and all that. You know what I'm saying? You ever see that shit? He would do these feet. They kind of look like the Hang 10 feet, like that logo, Hang 10. You know the clothing company I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know you're talking about Hang 10.
It was like 2 feet together. I mean, theirs was staggered, and we had 5 toes, but it had 3 toes, and they were like together, and it made the A, because he used to write Mac every once in a while too for Mirage. His name was Mark Anthony Carenza, so he'd write his initials, so it was Mac, so it was MAC, and he used those feet as the A. But then he would just go bomb the feet, and you'd go and perfect circles every time. I don't know how he was just so good. I don't know. He was one of my favorites. You know that, and I like Saint TMR. You know, there was a couple of guys that I grew up that I really liked. You know.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for graffiti artists because I mean it's a lot of hard work, you know, because you got to put a lot of time and effort into that, you know.
Yeah. Well, I always sucked, so.
You always suck. Whatever.
We all sucked when we were all toys when we were growing up, you know. We just try to get better and better. I mean, there's still a lot of kids, a lot of people just totally burning.
And do you remember when you first got into it? Like, you know, when you finally like say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to start doing graffiti." Did it take you time to get?
I can tell you the first day I went bombing, and it's a funny story. I've told it before, and I probably told it somewhere else on some other podcast or whatever. But I was 13. I snuck out of the house around 12 at night or 1 at night, and I snuck out and I had a can of like testers. Remember the small little tester cans?
Yeah.
Tester paint. It was like this metallic blue, and I ain't even have tag. I wrote my name. I wrote Dan. So I creeped across this I creeped into the schoolyard, and I woke. You know, it wasn't that far. It was maybe about 2 miles from my house. So I'm sitting there and I'm writing this big D with this big swoosh off the D or whatever, and like all of a sudden out of the trees, all these dudes just like jumped out of the trees, like holy shit. And I don't know if Mac was there, but it was his crew. It was all the kids from his crew, and they're like, "What are you doing?" So, you know, I'm a little 13-year-old kid. There's like 10 kids surrounding me. I had no freaking clue what was going on. I was like, I'm writing graffiti. They're like, "Oh, it's cool. Come to the other side." They're doing like a burner on the handball courts. I'm like, "Oh, sick." You know, so I sat there and I watched them do this burner, and then that was the first time I went bombing. You know,
that's sick, dude.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. Like I caught up with the people I looked up to first time I tried it. You know, on my own.
That's something that you're always going to remember, huh?
Yeah, that's a story. That's like one of my stories. You know, like the trigger stories. What was the first time you went bombing? Well, I could tell you. You know, but yeah. So,
yeah, I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of graffiti friends and stuff like that in Florida and stuff. And I went out with them. I never tried it because I suck at it, dude. You know, I can probably do a stick figure and a head and you know, that kind of way. But I have a lot of respect for them because, I mean, the artwork is amazing. You know, how your mind thinks when you do it.
Some of these guys with the aerosol, the way the tricks and just twist that paint so well, you know, like they know how to blend and, you know, it's just sick. You know, some people just do straight up letters and the outline it. Some people just make the spray paint work for them, and it's like really cool to come watch, you know.
Yeah, the most one guy, I can't remember his name, but he freelanced it. Just everything he did just off. And I was like, dude, how you do that? He's like, it's a memory thing. You know, I picture something and I just let my just go.
Yeah, I rarely bring a sketch with me too. So I never bring sketches with me. I just go, you know, bring a sketch. Right. You get like, you're like, I don't want to say. I can't draw the same thing twice. It's really just, I don't know why. I just can't do it. It will look like it, but it won't look nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? In my head. We're artists. We torture each other. We torture ourselves, I guess. You know? I really can't do the same thing twice. It's just kind of crazy.
No, that's right. I mean, I understand that. That's pretty. Yeah, I can't do the same thing.
That's why I love Photoshop. Yeah. It was 13 times. There you go.
And then, you know, Coffee Guy has become a recognizable character in the skate culture. Do you remember the moment that the character first appeared in your mind?
Well, it was actually one of the first Hazel videos we did, and we had I burned like 200 DVDs for it, and we had the premiere, and I had 200 blank covers, and the premiere was like the next day. We had no covers, So I said, "Fuck it, guys, let's draw them." So I just sat there. We drew 200 DVD covers, all different. Every one of them was different. You know, I still got some laying around. I sold most of them. It was pretty cool. But and Coffee Guy was on one of them, climbing into a Dunkin' Donuts coffee cup. That was the first time I drew him. You know, and then later on, I wasn't at work. Oh, I don't want to say where I was. I'm not gonna talk about that. But yes, I was at a job. You know, because then they'll claim, "Oh, you did it on my time." You know. I was at a job, and I was just sitting there, and I just got a doodle. And that's like when Instagram first came out, and I posted them on Instagram, and it was just a doodle. And then it was like a Wednesday. I was like, I'll just wait until Friday. It was something like that. He climbs through the cup, you know. And then Friday comes, and then Friday comes. I did another one. He's like, "Oh, where's my paycheck?" Just something stupid, you know. And that was it. Then a week went by, and somebody writes to me. He's like, and a couple of people wrote to me. He's like, "Yo, where's Coffee Guy?" I'm like, "Who?" Like, Coffee Guy. I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" I was like, "Oh, the guy in the coffee cup?" They're like, "Yeah." So yeah, man, you should do the guy in the coffee cup. I forgot who wrote me. A couple of people wrote me about it. So I was like, all right. So I started doing the guy in the coffee cup, and it was every day of the week for a year. I did him every day of the week for a year. But it wasn't really skateboarding. It was kind of like Rodney Piper died, and it's like I'm all out of gum, and it's him standing with a bag of bagpipes and a cup of coffee. So it was always like current events, some skateboarding in it, or it was like. Then after 4 years of doing it every day, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start drawing skateboarding. I'm going to tell you the funny thing. I sucked at drawing skateboarding.
Really?
I couldn't do it. My whole life, like drawing and doing things for everybody else, like drawing somebody skateboarding, it always looked stupid. And I was like, this looks stupid. I can't draw a skateboard. Look at the wheels of my skateboards. They're all fucking weird. Wheels and trucks always screw me up. It's really weird, that skateboard. I don't know.
I have to agree with you on that on the trucks. The trucks do throw you off a little bit. I mean, because when you get the line of the skateboard and you got the wheels and you're like trying to get the trucks and you're like, dude, it doesn't look good.
The front, can't line up the front with the back ones because that's not the way it works. They don't work like the angles and shit. It just doesn't work that way. So you kind of have to do different angles and bend the board. It's like I was so taken back. I was like, I'm going to learn how to do this. And that's where really Coffee Guy skateboarding came from. I wanted to learn how to draw a skateboard. So,
and then whenever I try to skateboard, the tail's always like high up. Like the cake. It's way too high. And I'm like, how you get the? I can never get the tail down perfect.
You draw something bigger though, so it's all right. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, draw. You said. When I do it, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I told you I'm an asshole.
Oh, you're doing great, dude.
And then, that was when I was doing the CD covers for the Hazel video, the first Hazel video. I always drew people just eyeballs, and I never really drew mouths or ears or anything. But if you really look at early Coffee Guy, he has ears and he's really scribbly and whatever, and he just got more and more refined as I got older. Nice old crispy looking.
He looks good. You made him look good.
Thanks. I had a Transworld interview, and I didn't know this guy really. I didn't really pay attention to it, but he didn't ask me the question online like this. He asked me before. He goes, does anyone ever say you ripped off Lance Mountain? I go, what? I go, what do you mean? And I'm like, because that's the Doughboy. I go, that's not even close to the Doughboy.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I go, he has fingers, he has shoes, he's wearing clothes. Just because they drew a round head doesn't mean it's a Doughboy. I kind of got bummed about that, I was like,
yeah, it has nothing. Honestly, it has nothing to look like. It doesn't even look like Doughboy. Doughboy it's different, totally different.
That's what I said. It's fucked up though. I went and I looked. I was like, let me look at what they're talking about. And he had Keenan doing the heel flip, and I looked and he did Keenan doing the heel flip. Some of the same photos. We drew basically the same freaking thing. And then I was like, oh, okay, I see where they're coming from with that. Because we drew the same thing, and you're not changing the photo. I'm not changing the photo. Lance didn't change the photo. You know what I'm saying? So we drew the same exact thing with different characters. But so I got where that question came from. But yeah, it had nothing to do with Lance Mountain. So
yeah, definitely, no, definitely. I mean, it's just because you draw the same, whatever you want to say, same character, not same character, but the same picture, and just you have your character and he has his own character. It's not the same thing. It's two different things.
I was completely unaware that he did that stuff. Seriously,
Yeah.
Until they said something to me. I was like, huh. I thought he just did the Doughboys and that was the end of it. I didn't even know he worked at art with it. I know he did a couple of graphics with them, but I didn't know he did artwork with them. With those characters. So.
And you started Hazel Skateboards years ago and kept it going through different eras of skateboarding. What pushed you to build your own skateboard and own brand instead of just doing artwork for other companies?
I did artwork for a lot of companies when I was younger, but it was always like a one hit. Nobody ever wanted to put me on there, get me on there in-house. I do a graphic and then I sit around for a year. I do another graphic, but it's always for starter companies. It was always for that fly by night company or some small East Coast brand, And I'm always, like I just said, I'm doing this other graphic for $200 from nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just wanted to get myself out there. So I was always the dirt cheap bargain guy, but I was just doing the graphics. I wanted to get my graphics out there. And then, I worked for Number 9 back in the day. I don't know if you ever heard of Number 9.
Yeah, I remember Number 9.
Yeah, I worked for Number 9. I worked in the warehouse. I worked in the factory there.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a bunch of Number 9 graphics. Learned the silk screen. I learned how to press a board, drill a board, glue a board. I learned all the manufacturing shit. I know how to manufacture a skateboard. If you threw me in, I can, work the drum sander. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I learned all that. And then I worked with Greg for a while, and then I left Greg, and then I worked at this company called Bodega.
Okay.
I was doing all his graphics, but I wasn't getting paid nothing for that, And I was shooting the video. I was doing all the videos. I was doing a bunch of stuff. And then I was just like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere with this. Let me just go do my own, Then I moved actually to Frisco, and I stayed with Frankie for a while, and then I moved back to Long Island. I moved back to Brooklyn. I was living in Brooklyn. And I was like, let's just, as an art project, I just did 2 boards, and then I just started Hazel for some reason. But I never really had, it wasn't supposed to be like a team or anything. It's supposed to be like a crew of dudes,
Mm-hmm.
And so I did graphics, and, I paid for the boards. I had like 15 shops at one point, and then, the economy dropped, and then I had like 3 shops, and I was like, I can't buy fucking 100 boards for 3 shops, so I kind of just mellow out on doing it. That was around 2018, right? Is that when the economy dropped? Around 2019?
I think so.
All the shops closed. I had 3 shops left, And so I kind of stopped doing it. And then I opened my own skate shop. Well, I opened a skate shop with this chick that kind of just, whatever. I don't want to get into that story. It was ridiculous. I left there and I started another skate shop, which I had in 2020, right after COVID.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't last too long because this Long Island skate scene is not that great,
Is it just because the skate scene there is just totally different than other parts of New York, or what?
Oh, completely. I'm sure you have like an old man crew that goes out and skates, right?
They got a lot of those around here.
Exactly. There's nothing like that. We have a couple of dudes that skate. They all have their backyard ramps and they skate them, but it's not like we make a plan. It's like it has to take us 3 weeks to make a plan to go skate. I'm sure you guys go out every week and like this. Like you go to regular park line, so like 10 dudes at skating. It's not like that out here.
Yeah, they out here. I mean, I'm not part of that crew, but they have their own like rig curb sesh and slappy curves, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care about all that stuff. I just want to cruise and have fun. That's it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I was like, to find people to go skate with, it's like it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying people, the guys out here don't skate. They do, but it's a process. Everyone works. Everyone's tired. Everyone's beat up. It's just like you get someone to go, you want to go skate? They're like, nah, man, I'm gonna just sit home. They rather sit home until like unless 13 people are skateboarding, then they're all come out like, oh, we'll have a session.
Yeah, let's go out and do it.
And I'm victim of that too. But I'm like I said, I'm old. I'm overweight now. I don't even want to go out skateboarding anymore. I went out to Brooklyn yesterday to go to the skate park with Matt and those guys. And,
mm-hmm.
So I thought we were going to go film. I still film. I still go out and do filming, but we just at the park, so I just sat on the bench. I wasn't going to film the park.
You're like the coach.
The old fat man on the bench. And shorts on. It was like nice out yesterday, so it was like the first day I had shorts on. And fucking how pasty white I am. It was so crazy. One of the kids took a picture and sent it over to me. I was like, how fucking white I am. Fucking big pasty ass white legs.
They gave you a nickname, Casper the Ghost?
They won't call me Casper. They probably call me Moby Dick.
They won't call you Casper?
Nobody calls me anything. They're afraid of me.
Yeah. But what were you doing? I mean, it's still awesome. I mean, you're still running it, right? Hazel Skateboards?
Yeah, it's, I don't even I want someone else to run it. I just want to do the graphics and manage it. I'm the worst businessman in the world. I am the worst businessman in the world. I'm probably, it's just something to do. It's just something, I love the company, the kids, the guys that are riding with me now, like cool, and but it's not really close knit anymore like it used to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, you know, you got to think too. I mean, times have changed. I mean, when you were growing up in the, started skateboarding in the 70s, I started skateboarding in the late 80s, and things have changed now. You know, skateboarding is not.
It's so different.
It's not like what we were growing up as. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, hanging at skate shops and, meet at the skate shop and then go skate afterwards. You know, it's just, I think kids nowadays are just afraid to. Not afraid, but they just don't really support the localness that much, you know?
Oh, no. When I had the skate shop, they don't support anything, truthfully. When I had the skate shop, like, kids would come in. This is not too long ago. This is pretty recent. Kids would come in, and, I'd go out and make sure I had the dope shit. I make sure I had some cool stuff on the wall. And they come in, you got an 8.5? I'm like, yeah, I got this Black Label 8.5, this thing. What's Black Label? Like, what? They don't even know what it is. It's like, I got a Griffin Grass fucking girl board over there. Who? They don't know who pros are. They don't know what companies are. They don't know what anything is. So I could have just bought $30 like price point decks and just sold them all day long. You know what I'm saying? Because kids don't know and they don't care. It's so bizarre.
If you don't have an FA or if you don't have like certain brands, they just don't care.
Oh, I had FA. I'm friends with Gino. Gino got me the FA account. I'm friends with a lot of people. Truthfully, I know a lot of people for over the years. Like I said, I work for a lot of small companies, but I've been around for a long time, so I know a lot of people. Most of them are a skateboarder,
You're a true legend, a New York legend,
No, I don't like that word. It's so weird. I never did anything legendary, and I wasn't even a bit of a skateboarder. You know what I'm saying? I was an all right skateboarder.
but you know what? It doesn't matter if you're good or not good, as long as you know how to push and you support it and it's in your blood. You're a skateboarder. That's my eyes,
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I obviously understand that you read the Coffee Guy stuff. It's all skate related. I know what's going on.
No, but the coffee stuff is dope. I mean, you got with Coffee Guy, you got mixed humor with a pretty honest look at the frustration of everyday life. And why do you think that tone connects with so many people?
I don't think it does. I mean, I lost a lot of followers and I lost a lot of
really?
A lot of I used to get like a couple hundred hits a day, like likes. You know what I'm saying? Now I get like 20. I don't happen, man. People aren't salty anymore.
I mean, yeah. I love it.
Oh, I know. Thank you. I appreciate it. And maybe hopefully this helps other people maybe look into it. People don't even know I do it. It's kind of weird. Like there was a kid at the skate park the other day, and I was telling him I was trying to redo the site and I want to put Coffee Guy into it and work on some more Coffee Guy. He's like, "What's Coffee Guy?" I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "All right, I've just only been doing it since 2017." Well, it's just only been doing it like 10 years, Yeah. And that's why I've had interviews and weird other shit, and I think I did a Brandon Turner graphic.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did a Skate Mafia graphic with Coffee Guy on it. I did about 4 or 5 boards with Coffee Guy on it.
Dude, that's sick, dude. I gotta look those up because I love your artwork. I think every time I see it, I get some of the stuff you do, and I just laugh about it. I was like, dude, this is fucking sick,
Oh, thanks.
And also, go ahead.
What? No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say also too. I mean, it's with social media, it has changed so much. I mean, they upgraded so much. I mean, like I agree with you. I used to get a lot of likes and stuff like that. Now my likes dropped, and I noticed like if you post stuff on story, you get more looks on story than you actually get on post. It's so weird,
Yeah.
So,
because people don't want to commit to go to your page. That's what it is.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
all.
commit to look at the page. They're like, "Oh, story," and they can go past it real quick.
Yeah.
There's no evidence that they looked at your page.
They don't want to like it. They don't want to say, "Oh, I liked it." All right,
Oh, I got like good friends looking at my stuff and they go past it. I'm like, wow, that's all right. Not even a like. I like everyone's shit. I just support everybody. I don't know. If I see it, if it's your page and it's halfway clever, I'll like it.
Yeah.
It's halfway like cool. I'm not gonna like somebody bitching about their girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? But if you're doing a slappy and you know what I'm saying, I'll like it. If you're doing something like mediocre, I'm still gonna like it. I don't care. You know, you're doing something. I like when people do shit. You know, just do it. That's all you got to do. Just do something. You know.
I wish a lot of people think like you. Honestly,
I wish that'd be cool, right?
I know.
Like, I mean, how many times do you want to see a chick lip singing somebody else's fucking song and dancing to it? I don't care. Nobody cares. There's no talent there. You did nothing. Lip sync somebody's song and did a dance, like, and it has like 14 million fucking hits. Like, how does that even work?
And they're making like $6,000 on that shit.
I know, it's so insane to me. Like, how does this seem? This world is so bizarre. Like,
I know. I wish we started that like 15 years ago. Like, oh shit, yo, damn, let's do a TikTok. We'll start an app called a TikTok and make a lot of money off of this shit. You know?
Christ, dude, I would have been the king of TikTok back in the day. The stupid shit we used to film. You know?
Oh gosh.
We filmed a lot of stupid shit. You know?
Oh man, yeah. That I do tell my homies, I was like, that man, if we had social media back in the days and around our time and living at our skate house and doing the shit that we did, we'd be fucking famous. Well, we'll be making money. We have our own movie, you know?
Yeah. Well, I did live in the skate house when they are famous, guys. You know?
You what?
I did live in the skate house and they did film all that stupid shit and they are famous. So you know?
Yeah, some crazy shit. But I mean, when you look at it back then, I mean that at that time that was fun. You know, that's something that we will always cherish and love in our mind because it's not social media. You know what I mean? We're not getting.
You're glad it's not on social media. You should be happy it's not on social media.
Yeah.
You don't really look at it. You don't need to look at it. Your memories are better. You know?
Yeah.
And as good of a skateboarder I am in my mind. How awesome I was in skateboarding in my head when I was 13.
Were you doing a heel flip nose manis to 270s out?
I'm taking out Jamie Thomas on gaps, bro. No, in my head, you know. My slappies and fucking my 50-50s were fucking 30 feet long. You know, like a fucking scratcher on a curb. You know, you have these things in your head, and then you go and then you actually see some kind of like proof of what it was. You're like, oh, yeah, okay. You know, like it sucked. But I like people that do that and actually still boast that they were awesome. Like, yeah, you know, no, you weren't. You know.
And a couple more questions. When you sit down to create a Coffee Guy comic or graphic, what does your creativity process usually look like?
Oh, like the ones where they're like weird quotes or something like that, or like about the day.
Yeah, everything.
Those are done the second I wake up.
Really?
And I'm like, all right, what am I looking outside? I'm like, oh, it's fucking miserable out. So if I do something miserable, you know, like it's like usually the first thought of the day is usually Coffee Guys, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then I sit down and I do draw some that are like drawings and like you've seen it, like the Biggie Small one that I put up the other day.
I love that one.
You know, but nobody got it. Nobody gets what that is. You got it probably, you know, like cheese, eggs, eggs and Welch is great. Kickflip the money green leather sofa. I mean, come on. Looking like it was just nobody catches on to that. You know, or like the fucking guy, or like the guy skating through the graveyard, and like it's like names on the tombstone. You see "Enjoy" and there's a teddy bear crawling out. You know, or the fucking panda crawling. Nobody catches on to like these little weird things I throw into these drawings. You know, so it's like in my head they're funny. Other people's heads are like, "What's this fucking guy doing?" You know?
I think your creative mind is amazing, dude. Because I mean, if you wake up, first thing you do is draw that when you wake up. I mean, you must be like thinking, dreaming. You're like, okay, what am I going to draw today? You know?
Oh, I sleep maybe 3 hours a night.
Oh, okay.
I'll go to bed like now, and then I won't fall asleep until 4, and then I'll wake up at 7, and then I'll go back to sleep until 8, 9, and then I get up. You know, it's like I had the worst sleeping patterns in the world. You know,
hey, right there in the mic, same too. I like before we did an interview, I did a quick nap. I was like, oh, let me lay down for a little bit, take a little nap before we do this. and then I'll be up until about 2:00 since I took a nap. Then I'll wake up again at 6:00 in the morning and be like ready to rock and roll.
Oh, I have nothing to do. I take care of my father. I do I'm home all the time because I do home care for my dad now. You know,
Mad respect.
So, but I'm here all the time. I feel bad. Like somebody says, "Oh, go do this." Go that. I was like, I gotta kind of be home, make sure he gets dinner. You know, so it's like I'm like a housewife. I'm a homebody.
You're a missed out fire.
I cook a mean steak, bro. I know how to cook. I don't want to clean anymore. I'm just done cleaning. Yeah,
hey, that's when you pay the neighborhood kid $50. Hey, come clean my house real quick.
I don't even have money. You make no money doing the house cleaning. You know, I mean the home calf. You know, if I went and did it full time, I'd lose my Medicaid. You know, it's just such a fucked up thing. That's why I always try to do drawings and try to do, you know, like side jobs, and I try my best to get work with people, but you know, everyone's just kind of flaky. So it's like, all right.
Yeah, but I mean,
I did that drawing tonight for this girl, and you know, and it took me all day to do it. And I was like, here, put it this way: she wanted two drawings, and it's not her fault. You know, that has nothing to do with it. I don't. If she ever hears it, I don't think I'm talking bad about her. But you know, I'm stupid. I drew the thing. I drew one thing, and she wanted to say Mama Moose, and with a moose in it, like a mother or whatever, and one that's a baby moose. And she wanted 2 sweatshirts. You know, I usually charge $300 for the drawing itself, you know, for the regular design, you know, which I don't think is a lot. And then, you know, but I did the 2 drawings. I laid them all out. I colored them in. Then I brought them in the computer. I cleaned them all up, and I had them laid out ready for T-shirts, and I sent it to her. So no, I want it more mean looking. She's like, she likes tattoos. And like, I made it kind of Disney-ish. I was like, well, you said it was for a mom and a baby, you know, so I figured it was kind of supposed to be cutesy. You know, so, but now I worked all day long, and I told her, you know, like I said, I usually do a drawing for $3. I told her I do both drawings for $200, and I buy the sweatshirts to put them on because I was just being nice. This is why I'm a shitty businessman.
Dude, you're such a good guy, dude.
But yeah, but good doesn't pay the bills, man, anymore. I see everyone else is like cutthroat, and they're fucking doing well. You know, I don't know how to be cutthroat.
But no, you know what it is? You have a good heart, man, and you just want to help out, and you know, to help out these people, and then also to promote your work and get more business. I mean, you know, you're like me, you know, you do a lot for people, and you know, and cuts things short, and sometimes at the end you get screwed.
Yeah, well, I get screwed because I got to draw the whole thing over again, you know, and so I got to make it look meaner and more tattooish looking, I guess, or whatever.
Or
she
mom
said, the mom and a baby. I thought it was like I kind of drew it kind of Disney-ish, you know. I get, you know, I have a lot of different styles I can draw. I can draw really anything, you know, for some strange reason. Like I can hit any style. So I kind of did like this Disney cartoonish. It's fucked up. I have many different styles, but if you look at it, you're always like, oh, it's Dan's. They know it's me. You know, you can always tell it's my style for some. It's like I can paint the realistic fucking sunset and to be like, oh, Dan did that. For some reason. My style just shows out somehow. I don't get it. I don't know how it works because people know it's bizarre to me. Like, dude, I totally didn't do what I usually do, and they know it's me. But so I got to draw more like tattoo-ish or evil looking, you know, mountain hillbilly-ish. I guess I don't know because you live upstate.
I can't wait to see this. I want to see this photos.
I'll show you the kiddie ones, but whatever, like the childish ones.
I think they're pretty sick, dude. I mean, how you explain it, I think that's pretty rad what you drew.
Yeah, no, I mean it's the mama, you know, whatever. It looks like my coloring books, you know. Like I don't know if you looked at. Did you get any? Did you buy one of my coloring books?
No, I'm gonna buy one.
Thanks for supporting, man. Thanks for fucking supporting. See, you just went right by my page, bro. No, I'm just
I just blew past it. Man, here. Copy guy, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I didn't like it. That shit. But,
I'm tell I like it. I bought it, you know.
Yeah. Well, the Coffee Guy coloring book is like the Coffee Guy stuff you see on the Instagram. But then I did like another coloring book. It's called Super Fun Time, and it's just like cutesy animals and shit.
Oh, sick.
And it's just like, you know, I did it for like little kids. because the coffee guy stuff's a little, he's jumping over shark tanks and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really graphic. It's not bad, but it's just not really meant for like a 5-year-old. You know?
Yeah.
So I did it so it was like, this has like lions and butterflies and fairies and little robots and stuff in it. And that's the kind of style I did the mother moose in, the mother baby moose in. Kind of did it like a childish way. So, but it wasn't what you wanted. Whatever.
Yeah.
But
hey, it's hard to make
that $200,
Yeah. Hey, that's think about it. That's $200 you didn't have before.
I didn't make it. I still got to do more work. I got to do another day of work. Because she didn't like those drawings. That's what I'm saying. I did those drawings. She didn't like it. So, me not making the contract correct, like, if I have to do revisions, I'm stupid because I'm not a good business dude. I should have been like, if I had to change it, it's another $100, but I didn't do that,
So you're a good guy. That's what it is.
I'm a good guy, but it's also, it's just, that's what I should do though, and I know it's a present for somebody. It's not somebody that's going to make T-shirts and selling it freaking on the beach. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to sit there and make money off my drawing. I'm like, I feel bad when people, when somebody asks me to do something like, like a graphic, I know they're going to make money off that graphic. So I charge them $1 for it. I'm charging what I think it should be worth. But when somebody asks me to do a T-shirt for their kid and their baby, it's just their kid and their baby. They're making money off that.
Well, that's a little different, because that's someone coming to you and say, hey, like you said, I want to do a T-shirt for my mom and my baby. Where you got Joe Smo over here who wants a graphic from you that he's going to make thousands of dollars off of you, and then you're going to charge him what you think he should pay for that. Yeah.
And that's where you would have that revision clause in there, like, if I got to revise this, and you got to give me a couple extra bucks. But I can't do that to the person asking me to do a project for a gift.
No,
I could, but
good.
Just.
But you're not a dick. But you're not a dick.
Not a dick, so, and it always bites me in the ass, though. It's like, I always have to do like 3 times the amount of work, and then the guy that's actually paying me good.
But that's just weird that she wants something mean and tattooish. So
well,
weird.
The girl she's doing it for has like 3 moose tattoos on her. So she really, I think she said that, but she really explained it too well to me. So like I said, it's not her fault. She didn't explain it to me well enough. And, I just, I worked all day on these 2 graphics. I feel bad that we're talking about her, but it wasn't anything about her or the job. It was just, jobs are like this sometimes, and I just using that as the example because it just happened.
Yeah. No, you're just explaining like what it's like to be an artist,
Yeah, it's tough,
No, it is.
To get out there too, because there's a lot of people out there now. After COVID, everyone became an artist. I don't know what happened. Everyone stayed home and learned how to paint. And it's like, all right, everyone's a fucking painter. They're throwing paint and smearing paint and fucking, I don't know. It's ridiculous.
I see a lot of those, and I don't want to call anybody out, but I see a lot of them. I know you
think shit and throwing buckets at things. I'm like, dude, just go the fuck away. Like,
and they sell it for like $3,000, and people fucking buy that shit. You're like, what the fuck is this?
My point. That's exactly my point. Like, I'll sit there and work on something. I don't. Maybe I'm not somebody's cup of tea, but that dude didn't know no skill. There's no skill involved in that.
Dude, I'd rather buy. Honestly, I would pay you $6,000 for a graphic than paying, or for artwork, than paying some dude who throws paint and skulls and whatever on a painting and call it art. And like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, they tie it to a bucket in their ceiling and they poke a hole in it. And they like a pendulum. Like, what?
They're on some badass acid right there doing that shit, dude.
Yeah, but they sell it. There's one guy that just sits there and smears colors all day, and he has like the hugest studio. Jealous I get of that, or envious. I wouldn't even say jealous. I get envious of that. I'm like, I can sit there and smear paint, and why don't I? Because it's not in me to be the cheesy like.
No, because you know why? Because at the end of the day, you're an artist. That's the difference. That's the difference between you and them. That you're an artist. Like you you have a creative mind, you take time, you do it. And to someone like that, it's just a jackass that just throws paint on a canvas and calls it art.
Well, it works for them. And I'm glad it works for them. I mean, awesome, you know. But
yeah, hey, high five to that dude. Whatever.
High five to the spin art guys. I learned spin art when I was 7 years old. That machine, remember that machine when you were little? The spin art machine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a toy. You make fucking millions off of it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Things that people make money off of, that we can sit back and like, damn, we should have thought about that. We could have done that.
I did, but I was like, nobody's gonna buy that. You know, you think I think of everything, and you're like, you know, that shit's like my background, those splats and shit, you know. That's like a background thing, and you know, I have to do something in the foreground to, you know. And I see some people that do it and actually do paint stuff in the foreground. It's fantastic, you know. But I don't know, just there's a lot more of the lesser skilled ones than there are skilled ones, you know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So I like Pollock. I like Pollock. I like Pollock. You know what I'm saying? He just threw paint all over the thing, but it looked like it was a little bit more calculated than some of these people. But you know, you go to a museum and see a Pollock in front of you. It's pretty sick. You know.
Mm-hmm. So. And then, what part of your story do you think people misunderstand the most?
What do you mean?
Like your story, like of you, like of Dan, the coffee guy. Like, what do you think people might misunderstand the most about you?
I think when they see me, they're like, "This guy skateboards." How does this guy know about skateboarding? I think I did a board hoarders. I think it's because this kid doesn't skate. I go, dude, I wasn't always fat, you know. I'm always a fat old man. I'm a fat old man now. I mean, it happens, you know. So, I don't know. So I think I was talking about Ollie in a garbage can or something on an old Nodis board. It's like, that kid can't Ollie up a curb. It's like, you know what? I seriously can't walk up a curb these days. I've hurt myself. But yes, I used to be able to, you know.
Yeah.
It's just funny. That's always that, and everyone always thinks I'm talking shit, but I'm not. You know, because I'm truthful when I say something. When I talk, you know what I'm saying? Like you're a New
Yorker, basically. You're a New Yorker. New Yorkers always tell the truth. I love New Yorkers because they're honest and they tell the truth. You know?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. But I don't know. Yeah, but like I don't know. People just I don't know. I think just people take me the wrong way. You know?
Yeah, but you know what? They don't understand you. They don't know. They don't know your mind, and they don't know what you think. And that's you know what I say to them. Welcome.
Yeah, you know, I say fuck it too. I say fuck it. I don't say fuck them. Like I just don't bother with them.
Yeah, you don't need it.
They don't need one of my fucks. They go fuck themselves. You know.
Exactly.
You know what? Don't need to tell you go fuck off. You know, just go do it yourself. Have fun. I don't want anything to do with it. You know, I'll be over here. I'll be over here on the park bench watching kids skate. White ass legs.
I was about to say that white ass legs.
Funny shit.
So another question: when people look back years from now at your work, and what do you hope they understand about what you contribute to skateboarding and art?
Oh, they're just gonna want the Frank Gerwig graphic. That's all they want.
Are you serious?
Yeah, all my work people, hey man, you want to sell a Frank board? I'm like, no. You know, like, nobody asks me for anything. They just want that number 9 board that I did for Frankie back in the day. You know, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nobody ever asks. You know, I'm not true. That's not true. Some people ask for all my stuff. I don't know what they think. You know, that's not, like I said, it's not in my place to think of that. You know, like I don't know. I put it out there. You take it for what it is. You know, you obviously like it. You know, so it's like, you know, you tell me what you take from it.
You know, I get from it. I mean, honestly, I get from it like someone that has a very creative mind and just says, "Fuck everything, fuck you. This is me." That's what I get from it.
Yeah, well, more or less. Yeah, that's what I do.
So I your mind right.
You're pretty close. You almost hit the mark. You know.
Damn, I didn't get that chocolate chip cookie. Fuck.
What happened?
I said I didn't get that chocolate chip cookie because I didn't hit it right, you know?
Give me a vanilla wafer.
The vanilla wafers are the best, dude.
They're better than chocolate chips.
Yeah, I had some. Yeah, chocolate chips.
Homemade chocolate chips kick ass. You know.
I got this little Vietnamese lady that brings me chocolate chip cookies. So I'll come home from skating or whatever, and there'll be a little bag of chocolate chip cookies on my door, and I'm like, yes.
Who brings you chocolate chip cookies?
Huh?
Who brings you chocolate chip cookies?
This Vietnamese lady that over here, she has like that lives next door to me. But her and her husband has they do like a farmer's market. So at the farmer market, she has extra cookies. So she does bakery stuff. And so when I come home from the beach or whatever, she'll put a bag of cookies on my door. And I'm like, yes.
Yeah, like a little Asian Keebler elf. It's like sweet. She like wake up, it's like a cobbler, but she like comes and just leaves you cookies. Like, that's fantastic.
And then I go get a gallon of milk, and that's my dinner. Cookies and milk, dude.
Oh, fuck you and your Asian baker.
Hey, there's a coffee guy thing you can do.
Don't bring me cookies.
You want me to mail you some cookies from her? I mean, they're actually pretty good.
They probably are. They're homemade. They're probably definitely good. You know, you can't beat anything homemade, like bake wise.
Oh no, you definitely can't. So for the last question, if Coffee Guy walked into a skate park today with a cup of coffee, what do you think he would complain about first?
I'll name the skate park. Nah, it's usually like a little kids. He hates little kids. He's an old man. He's an old man. He's an old 54-year-old man. He's me. The Coffee Guy's me, basically. Look, little. He's not as fat as me, but he's bald and shit. You know, he's basically me. It's like my stupid thoughts. It's me. You know, stupid shit that I went through and stuff, and things that I think about. So it's really like a really just bizarre diary if you really read them. You know, because like you ask me what they are, they're like my thoughts from the morning. You know what I'm saying? So if you read them, like there's no order to them. I'm actually working on a book, and I'm trying to figure out if I can put them in order to kind of make them look like they coherent. You know, like not coherent.
I know what you mean.
I don't know if I don't know what the word is. Like they go together, basically.
Like kind of like a story, kind of like. I
really like a story, but I don't know. It's just so they like work together as you read it. The progression of it, you know. And because I have so many of them, I got over like 4,000 of these drawings.
Wow.
You know? Well, if you think about it, I started in 17, and I drew for 4 years straight, and one every day. And then every once in a while I would draw them and did all the graphics for it. You know what I'm saying? Like 10 years of drawing of the same character, you know, and you'd think I have more than 4,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right. I don't even have 4,000 followers, tell you the truth. But, yeah, you just think, they can just do what you're going to do. So I remember when you were younger, just do what you're going to do and you'll be all right. You know, right? You remember the people saying that to you?
Yeah. My grandfather.
Do what you're gonna do. Just keep doing what you're doing. You know, and I have. You know, but I don't know. Got me an interview on TSM.
There you go. I'm stoked on that. I'm stoked on that, man. But no, I mean, you're doing an amazing job, man. Like, I mean, 4,000 drawings, dude. That's craziness. You know, that's insane. That's great, insane. You know, because you put so much heart and into it, and that's what's great.
Yeah. I mean, that's just Coffee Guy. I mean, I do all the other art too. You know.
Yeah.
I do art.
And then one more thing. Where can people buy your art at? Well, where can they buy your book? You say you got the Coffee Guy book, and then you got the drawing book.
Well, I'm working on the drawing book. I mean, I do have the Coffee Guy coloring book on the site. I'm trying to rebuild the site, my website, which is Hazel Skateboards New York, NY, hazelskateboardsny.com. But you can just get them on Amazon. You can type in Dan Pheo on Amazon or Coffee Guy coloring books, and then just click the author's name, and all my books will come up. There's like 4 of them, you know. Right on. I did it on Amazon because nobody goes to my website, you know.
Yeah.
So I figured it would be easier for people to find it on Amazon. And I did like the ABC book. I don't know if did you see that one?
No, I haven't seen that one yet.
I did like an ABC.
I'm going to go on their website. I'm going to be your first one on the website to check those out. I'm not going to
The
Amazon.
ABC one isn't on the website. The ABC, the only one that's on the website is the Coffee Guy coloring book.
Okay.
Because I just started. I put it up yesterday because I needed to make the tab for it. Like I really just started doing my website over again, like at the beginning of the week, you know, and so it's like it was just a mess. So I only got one thing. I got all my product up there, but I only have one book up there. All my books are on Amazon, you know, right now.
Okay.
And it's easy. You just buy it. It goes right. They ship right to you. I don't have to really deal with it. Or drop shipping, you know, because they publish it. They do everything. They print it and they sent it to you, you know.
Wow.
And
do you get like a percentage from it or what?
The book's like $10. I make like maybe $3. You know, it's like 2 and change. I don't make a lot. You know, that's why it's like kind of like, you know,
Yeah.
like, all right. You have to, you know, I haven't made a sale all month. Actually, to tell you the truth, when I dropped the ABC book, it did really well. I sold like 60, 70 copies of it, which was great.
Wow, congratulations!
It was right before Christmas, though. That's why, you know.
Wow.
And then everything else, you know, it's like 20, 30 sales, and this month just had nothing, you know. And I'm like, all right, so it works, you know. And I was taking out advertisements for and I know a lot of people hate Amazon, you know. I know a lot of people just hate on it. I get it. You know?
I use it for certain things.
Yeah, and I just think it's just the easiest platform for people to get my stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking of making an Amazon skate shop, but I didn't want to go through all that.
Oh, I've been so much harder to do. I think a homie of mine tried to do something like that, something similar, but distributors didn't want to use them. Like, no, you're not a real skate shop.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I have my accounts for my skate shop still, you know. So like, if you go to my website, it says Pheo Skate Shop, home of Hazel Skateboards or whatever, because I do still sell my skateboard stuff, you know, because I had the shop, and you know, I'll buy trucks and I'll buy wheels and I'll buy stuff, and people ask me for it, and it's all my locals, you know, I take care of, because there's not a skate shop on Long Island. There's one like 50 miles out, and there's other one that's like a toy store, you know, but you know, and that's why I always didn't understand why my shop didn't do well, you know, but because there's no skate shops out here. There's no skate shops in Nassau, but everyone goes on the internet and buys off the internet. That's why I decided to build up my online store, you know, but it's all just Hazel stuff on my online store, you know.
Yeah, well, there you go, listeners. Go to Hazel, support the local, hazelskateboards.com, ny.com. Visit them. Check them out.
Hazel Skateboards, ny.com.
Check them out, man. Support them.
Skateboards, ny.com.
Christ. I used to sell coffee too on it, but no, not anymore.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. I want to buy it.
When I had the skate shop, I opened it up. I had fucking Coffee Guy coffee and stuff. And the coffee prices up. Yeah, I sold a lot of that coffee. It was pretty cool, but then coffee prices went up a lot. Nobody wants to pay $20 for 20-something bucks for a pound of coffee, you know.
Shoot, I'll buy a Coffee Guy coffee and just have it sitting in my place as a collectible. Yeah. That's what I would do.
Yeah, it was good. Like people would come in from the skate shop and just buy the coffee, you know. But it just got to be so expensive, and I got screwed when I opened the shop because I like the landlord wanted like 3 months advance instead of the 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I thought I had a certain amount to stock the place with. But then, because I didn't have that much money to start this thing. And so after paying for lawyers and everything else, start up and all the fucking taxes and rebuilding the shop, you know, I had $3,000 to stock my shop with, you know, so I did my best with it. And I have, you know, I've like a lot of friends that help me out, you know, try to get me stock and free stuff and whatever. But it just, you know, it's hard because all you were doing was recouping the 3, spending the 3, and also paying rent on top of it, you know. So it's like you weren't making any money. So it was like 2 years of me just struggling, trying to make this thing work. And my problem was, and it was not a bad problem, it was a cool problem. Every little kid in the world would come to my shop and get their first skateboard, you know? And the only problem with that, they don't come back for a second skateboard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They'll ride that skateboard for 3 years because they're little kids and just learning.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm not going to get that customer to come back next month to buy a new board. So I burned through all the little kids that were buying new skateboards, and then I had, just randomly every once in a while I had customs come in. It'd be a week that I'd be sitting there just by myself for a week, not a customer. So skate shops are hard. Anyone starting a skateboard company, don't do it. It's so hard these days, man.
It is because there's so many. Because of online and there's so many board brands out there.
Yeah. The only reason I do it because I've been around since 2005. Only reason I keep it going.
Yeah. What you should do is start a shoe brand. There's not any shoe brands out there.
Shoe brands. I can hardly afford shoes. I'm gonna try to start a shoe brand. I got the know-how, but I just have no moolah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And the last question before we take off: what can you say to the upcoming artists that want to, or skateboarder that want to be what you have done, or be where you're at?
You got to network, man. If you don't network, nobody cares how good you are. That's really it. Am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're 100% right.
You could be an amazing artist and nothing, or you could be a really crappy artist and know everybody and get a lot of things, because you've seen a lot of crappy art on skateboards lately, haven't you? So that's really what it is. And that's just not art. That's just everything in life. You got to network. You got to talk to people. People come in and they don't talk to people, and it's like, that's a big thing in this world now. A lot of people are afraid to talk to each other. It's very bizarre. And like, how are you going to network? They'll think just on the phone. I don't want to talk to somebody on the phone. I don't want to text message somebody all day long. I want to talk to them if I want to do business with them.
Yeah.
So, am I wrong? I don't know. That's my advice.
No, you're 100% right, because networking, just nowadays people don't talk. Like, I'll walk down the street and I'll see some people and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they just walk right past you.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I know you can hear me with your headphones on, and you're too busy stuck in your phone. No, I agree with you. Networking and communication, talking to people, and it's what's going to make you successful.
Yeah.
Not bury yourself in your phone and just looking forward is not going to make you successful.
I mean, my problem is that I'm stuck in Long Island. You know what I'm saying? I'm nowhere near skateboard media. It's all out there by you and in San Francisco and LA and Florida, and in the city, it's not that much in the city, but I'm on Long Island. There's nothing here for me, like, to do what kind of stuff that I want to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What would be rad if hopefully Schaefer or Zitzer will hear this, have you do the Tampa Pro or Tampa Am course?
I met Schaefer a bunch. Yeah. I met Schaefer a bunch.
Yeah, that would be rad. Do a coffee guy Tampa Pro.
Yeah, they bought a bunch of my nose wax. Did you ever see the nose wax?
No.
Do you know Frank Guerra?
Yeah, I never met him, but I met him, like, I don't know him personally.
Well, he's like my best friend. Like, we grew up together. Like, you want to say, like, the first time I wanted to skateboarding, it was like me playing Little League and watching this little shitbag kid do like bunny hops on this dirt mound. It was Frankie, It's like, we've been friends for a long time. So, but before he was pro, before we even skateboarded, we were friends. So it was like, and one day I watched that movie. He's in like some movie. It looks like it's kind of like a Willy Wonka movie. Megatali L Drop or something like that.
Yeah.
L Drop. And in it, like, they all have gimmicks. And his gimmick was his nose. And I hate the fact that people make fun of his nose. I was never a fan of people making fun of his nose. People always bring it up to me. Oh, the nose. I'm like, never sits right with me. He's fine with it. Cool with him. It bothers me a little bit. But so I'm sitting there. I was like, Frank, I'll never do this, but I thought that the funniest idea was, let's make wax out of your nose. Like you can mold your nose and make a wax out of it. And I sold a lot of it, but like that too was like a case of wax. It took me a day to make, and I made $20. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can make $20 a day working all day. It doesn't pay off. So it's like, but like, you watch some of these people with their board hoarders and stuff, like Dave Scoot. He's like, yeah, man. He goes to his shelf of like weird like trinkets, like like the Crail Tap lunchbox and stuff. He goes, and I got the Frank Guerra nose, and I loved it. I was so happy that somebody had that in their collection, you know.
Dude,
And
it's so rad,
in
dude.
their collection. That brightens my day when I see stuff like that. I love that stuff. It cracks me. Actually puts a smile on my face, you know.
Dude, that's so awesome.
Yeah, but yeah,
I gotta find one of those. I hope it's somewhere floating around there.
But
I said I gotta get me one of those. Hopefully, it's floating around there somewhere.
maybe if not, I'll look in the archives, the boxes we have here, my warehouse of skate shit. I know there's one in my bag because I had it today. I had it yesterday. I had one in my bag yesterday, so I know there's some around here. Yeah,
I wouldn't use it. I just put it with the rest of my skate stuff. Like, yeah, there we go. It's French nose.
well, it was Coffee Guy skate wax. It comes in a coffee cup. It was kind of like the Greek coffee cup, but you know, with the cozy on it and stuff.
Oh, sick!
It was a lot. It was a lot of money to make one of those. Like I said, you make $20 doing a case of fucking noses. You know, but Shave, I don't know if it's Shaver, but one of the guys down there bought a bunch of it. So I was kind of psyched. I was like, "Oh, I'm in Tampa, the shop," you know. Stuff like that gets you psyched, you know. Like, yeah, I made it to Tampa. Yeah.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for coming on, man. And
right.
Hey, I love hearing your stories, dude. You're fucking hilarious, dude. You should be a comedian, in my opinion.
Thanks, I guess.
Well, look, man, keep on killing it on Coffee Guy, man. You're doing a great job. I love it, man. And hey, people out there, go out there and support Dan, Coffee Guy. And anything he does, support him, man, because this is an awesome dude. Definitely, Dan.
Well, thanks, Tom.
All right, buddy. Well, take care, man.
You too, man. Have a good night's sleep.
All right, you too. Hey, you get some sleep now.
All right. We done? Are we over? We done? We're off recording?
Brothers and sisters, I don't go on tour, I go to war.